90-day plan before? Everybody, right? Who's ever completed a 90-day plan? Okay, a couple of people. Who's ever completed a back-to-back 90-day plan? Just the same couple, right? So those are people that have been around for a really long time. That was something that Trey and I were trained on from the very beginning, is 90-day plans and following that up with another 90-day plan.
Yeah, when I graduated from the university, Herbalife was opening in Thailand. And my father said, he said, Trey, you should diversify your business. You should go to Thailand and build a business. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go to Thailand, but if I'm going to go, I need to work 2 back-to-back 90-day plans, 180 days, because that's what I was taught. So I knew, Mark Hughes always said, talk to 10 people a day, recruit 10 distributors a month, produce 10,000 volume points a month, 10, 10, 10. So I knew that from Mark Hughes. Then John Peterson was a great mentor of mine that taught the importance of working 90 days, following it up with another 90. So when I went to Thailand, I was going to be there for 180 days. So my goal was to talk to 10 people a day. So I would put 10 coins in my left pocket, and I would walk on the street, and I would have a pitch book, and I would look for people, do you speak English? If they spoke English, I would give a little presentation, and then I would invite them to the opportunity meeting back at the Asia Hotel. And at first it would take me all day. Like I'm very comfortable like this on stage, but one-on-one I've grown over the years with Herbalife, but I'm kind of an introvert, a shy person. So for me, walking up to a stranger on the street to show them the pitch book was horrifying. Like I was so scared. It would take me all day long to get the courage to walk up to 10 people. But over time, I got better at it, but it wasn't working. So on day 177, it's day 177, all the people, there was other people there working, they're like, Trey, you're leaving in 3 days. You haven't even visited anything in Thailand like a tourist. You should just stop. And I said, no, my plan was not a 177-day plan. It was a 180-day plan. So on day 177, I meet this couple. And when you hear them, if you ever hear them tell the story, they talked about me, and I was so excited. I sat down with them at the Asia Hotel. If you notice, I talk a lot with my hands. And they said, you were this 23-year-old kid in our country. You were so excited about your business. And you got to remember this, that's been 177 days of me talking to 10 people a day, getting no after no after no, but I'm still up there talking with my hands so excited. Because Mark Hughes said, it's not what you say, it's how you feel about you say. And you got to give your best presentation every time because you just never know. So I was still like, it's going to be this unbelievable business. And so when they tell the story, they signed up because they pitied me. They're like, you were so excited, we just couldn't tell you no, so they became a distributor at that time. This couple's name is Francis and Marisa. And at that time, they owned 7 golf shops around Bangkok, Thailand. And so they really didn't need the business. But Francis, he was from Singapore, Marisa was from Thailand. So one of the things that I learned from Jim Rohn was the importance of follow-up, right? There's pennies in the sale, there's a fortune in the follow-up. So 7 years later, I hear Herbalife is opening in Singapore. And so I messaged Francis and Marisa, what's going on? Send an email. And they said, things are tough. During the economic crisis in Thailand, we lost our golf shops. We had to move our family back to Singapore. And I had to put my pride aside because nobody would hire me, and I had to become a taxi driver. And then he said, but the problem right now is SARS is here, and so there's no tourists, so I can't afford the rent for my taxi. And so our family, me, Marisa, and our 3 daughters, we're having to survive on $3 a day. And I said, well, it's your lucky day because Herbalife's opening in Singapore next month. He said, I'll be there. So he gets started the next month. He signs up his childhood friend, Sam. And this is before BizWorks or anything like that. And so the printout comes from Amy and I in the U.S. And we're like, wow, what just happened in Singapore? So we're on a plane to Singapore. And in 5 months, Francis and Marisa and Sam and Jenny were both on the millionaire team. Okay, so a lot of people, when they saw Mamie and I go to Singapore and all of a sudden we got 2 millionaire team members, it looked like that was just magic. But that's not how it happened, because it was 177 days, 177 days of no, to finally get them to say yes, even though the timing wasn't right for them, for me to follow up for 7 years later, for them to finally get started, and Francis and Marisa ended up becoming our first diamonds in our pen.